What's up, everyone? Just had a. I'm trying to work on keeping these videos concise for you guys. I know it's hard to watch something for X amount of minutes. So I just had some quick thoughts on Disney. I know I've done a video on this already. You might look like I'm obsessed with Disney. I just I saw their ads. I was like, oh, let's look at the chart. To me, yeah, I think it might be a little bit undervalued. And again, like from a technical perspective, we have a bit of a setup here to potentially go a little higher in the stock price. Um, but I had this idea, and I've done this before on different stocks, and just I'll get this out of the way so you can move on to the next thing um, that you're doing or watching or whatever. But there's really interesting things you can do with stocks and stock charts that I just had this idea towards the end of the week when I was thinking about it a little more. Well, in my last video, if you didn't see that, I'll link it in the end. I compared Disney a little bit in a fundamental perspective to Marriott because Disney has travel and leisure business. Marriott is travel and leisure. They're a hotel company. Um, I thought, oh, it'd be interesting to compare those fundamentally. And so I did that a little bit on my previous video about Disney. What I then got interested in is what you can do on stock charts. And I'll get this out of the way. I titled my video this. So Disney versus everybody. And again, so what I'm doing here is I'm taking the Disney stock price and dividing it by the SPY, and that will give you the performance of Disney stock compared to the broader market as a whole, because the SPY tracks a broad index of stocks, 500 stocks, and so that's why I say Disney versus everybody. You can see Disney is starting to perform maybe slightly better than the market as a whole. It has here, obviously, 2.24% better on this day than the market, and it's floating a little bit higher. And I used this. I actually went on a time frame that you don't typically look at. The 3-day time frame is kind of an unusual time frame to look at, but again, I'm just trying to get more information on and try to help it to use my best estimations on what a stock might be able to do. So yeah, you see Disney does have a bit of a setup here and potentially could go higher against the market. So it's pretty interesting to see and kind of makes me feel a little bit better about my Disney idea. And obviously we'll have to see how it plays out. So that's kind of the main crux of the thing I wanted to show you guys. Now, if you want to bear with me a little bit, we can take a look at now Disney compared to Marriott. Now Disney, again, travel and leisure company, but Disney does have the media segment as well. So you could argue Disney is at all-time lows compared to Marriott. So you can argue like, oh, well, Disney's at all-time lows compared to Marriott. Well, if Disney's trying to sell their travel and leisure products, and a lot of us really like Disney as a company. I mean, I know you can have your gripes with them and some of the things they've done. I get it. I definitely get it. But, a lot of us like Disney and like the environment of Disney. And I think a lot of people like going on their travel, going to Disney as a destination, as a leisure. It's kind of a fun theme for your kids. And that gets into another thing. Who's having kids now? Who's put off having kids for a while? The largest generation in history, which is the millennials. Or it's semantics a bit, I guess, because they are kind of close in size to the boomers, baby boomers. But you also have some of the Gen Zers getting older, and they're starting to have kids even themselves a little bit. So, if population decides it wants to kind of push a little bit higher than it has in the past, you could potentially get a new generation of people that want to go to Disney and people who want to consume Disney media. And again, so that's what it's, you're thinking, well, I'm getting travel and leisure at a discount in Disney, and I'm getting the media aspect of Disney as well. So again, that all remains to be seen, but it's just interesting thoughts. These are the thoughts I have associated with Disney, and then obviously there's plenty of other companies you can have these different business thoughts about them, different theses. And so let's take a look at Disney versus Netflix. Now, Netflix, the only business Netflix has is streaming. So you think, how big can streaming get? And obviously, there's room to grow for Netflix. I think there's room internationally, um, etc. But when a business is only one specific product, or like one specific business unit, you kind of think how much can it grow? Now, again, I shouldn't really say anything too bad about Netflix because they've obviously had incredible performance. They've done great things with their business, but again, just some of the thoughts that come to mind when you're looking at where you want to put your money. And I've missed out on Netflix. I mentioned that in my last video where I did Disney, and towards the end of the video there was earnings out for Netflix, and I've missed Netflix pretty badly because it's been on a tear since it bottomed in like 2022. You can see the underperformance of Disney compared to Netflix here is because the market really reacted positively to Netflix earnings. So Netflix outperformed Disney very significantly right here. But just to get a little technical with you guys, if you were a trader, you could potentially say, oh, this actually is maybe a potential spot to buy Disney against Netflix because, you're getting right here to this double bottom, they call it, kind of an extreme move. So maybe Disney will actually perform a little bit better against Netflix in the near term, type thing. So maybe you set your stop right around here or something, and then maybe it comes into here, but then maybe it floats back up. Anyway, just interesting stuff, and I'll keep you guys updated because I am always interested in these like stock comparisons to each other, and so like I'm pretty sure I'll be keeping you guys updated here. So hope you guys enjoy. Again, as always, I'll link my past review of Disney here, at the right here. I guess this is the end of the video, so I'll link it right here. Like, subscribe, share if you don't mind sharing. If you like some things I'm doing, again, just kind of doing some of this stuff casually. A lot of it's kind of for myself, just to have a record of the things I'm talking about and interested in. But sharing, hopefully you guys find some enjoyment out of this, and it maybe gets your mind working a little bit too to think about where some of these best places to put our money. So feel free to also comment and what you would like to see reviewed next. I've had a comment on Facebook about doing Bitcoin, and I do notice Bitcoin is moving up. So maybe I'll do a quick video on Bitcoin next. So thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you soon.